we have these, which I haven't moulded at all yet. So we've got the clay centrepiece, and these are ferns, which I've pressed into it, painted it all up, covered it with glittery varnish, and then embedded in resin to make a coaster. Now this is heat-proof resin I've used, which is a bit of a pest because it's bubbled there. I don't know if you can see that at all on the camera. There's a little bit of a bubble there, which is going to have to be sanded off, which means I'm going to have to top coat this and just sand off the edges, I was hoping. But anyway, isn't that sparkly? Those come out so much better than I was expecting it to. This is exactly the same fern. Here, and there's quite a lot thicker actually. Oh well, that's fine. And again, we've got bubbles in the middle. I keep coming back and keep doing it with my long nose lighter. Excuse the motorbike that just shot past. I've got the back door open to get a bit more light in. But even so, this is absolutely stunning. A little bit of a top coat on there after I've sanded that off. It's going to look amazing. Really liking these. I'm going to try and do some of these. I'll take both these out with and leave them. I've got some upstairs I've done with just the clay. Making sure you're in shot here. So this one was oak leaf. I've just tried to dry paint over it, and I've done the edging. And again, just covered it in a glittery varnish. Got all these recipes and things upstairs. I can do tutorials on those if you want me to. I don't really do many tutorials, but I can if you like. If you see anything you want to learn a bit more about, just let me know. This one's only got a tiny bit of a bubble there, and we've got 2 or 3 little spots here. It's so annoying. Everything else absolutely beautifully clear. I mean, you can see through that so well, and the centrepiece I think gives it a bit more detail. This plant in here is a plant. I don't know what they're called. They're just long white fir type things. Actually, I'll dig the plants out and I'll put photos on the end of this video, show you what the plants are. But these are just something I've been playing around with. So I was sitting upstairs just making the coasters with just air dry clay. So it's really simple. So I'm going to move these over here a minute. I shall take some close-up photos of all these. Now this little fella, which isn't quite so little, something I've been working on for quite a while. In fact, this has taken me about 3 weeks to make this. Let's take these tapes off the side. It's a pyramid piece. I'll put the tape on because these bits tend to bulge out otherwise, the sides. So I'm just holding it in. And you can see I haven't actually taken it out at all. And again, this is bubbled in the middle. Annoying, but anyway. Now, and it bubbled there, which I popped those two, but a bit too late. So again, it's going to take some sanding. That's fine. This piece, so I started a few weeks ago. Put a little bit of colour in the bottom. Just check in, come down to check, see what's there. And then I put some, as you can just about see there, I've got a mould. It's a dog mould, so I've painted them up, look like border collies, because I've had 2 border collies. So I've got 2 Ambers and 2 Tobys in there. And this, underneath this centrepiece, which again is a piece of clay, which I did halfway, and then I've put on top and finished it off with more resin. But under there, hopefully there's a hole. Okay, hopefully there's a hole. I have left a hole purposely, and I'll explain why in a moment. So let's get this out of here if I can. There we go. Right. So that's the first part. Let's pop this over. Oops, going it side. So here we have, as you can see there at the top there, just a couple of little bubble bits. Oh, this is so clear though. I'm loving this resin for its clarity. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Put that away. Oh my goodness me, I haven't seen this in 3 weeks. I started this 3 weeks ago. All the edges are a bit sharp, so I'm going to have to be careful. But I put a little bit up top there because I won't put this one in the garden. Because this is heat resistant resin as well. This is a practice piece for my garden, so I put that on top so I could see it as much as anything. I've got a beautiful point on the top, so I'm so pleased about that. And if you can see in there, it looks like a cup. It's like a plastic cup, which it is. It's one of, if I can find one, it's one of these. That's what I put in there to take out the centre. I need to find something that's plain. These cups are great, but keep leaving a pattern. So I've got to find something that's a bit more plain. Mustn't get the sharp edges. Now it's possibly, I still have my gap in the middle, potentially. So what I'm actually going to do is drill through. So I use that as a cap, so I know roughly where the middle hole is. I'm going to drill through it, and what I'm going to do is put bottle lights in. I've actually found some bottle lights that have a solar panel, so there's been a switch to turn on the bottle lights inside. I've got solar panel ones because I want to put it outside, so I can put the lights through in there, have the solar panel and charge it all up. That's my plan. So hopefully if I get time today, so I'm going out a couple of hours, I'll try and see how we get on. Get this drilled through, put the lights in, and then probably be tomorrow because there's not a lot of sunlight left in my garden because I get quite a shady garden in the evening. Put this out tomorrow, so then tomorrow evening I can get a video of it with the solar lights inside. But look at the little dogs, aren't they cute? They are really cute. This one at the top seems to have lost a lot of its colour, probably because it's been in there longer, I don't know. But these little dogs, they've got pink collars for Amber and blue collars for Toby. Found the sharp bit again. Got a little doggy at the top and a few little doggies around the side. I could have done with a fourth doggy over here. So yeah, but like I said, this is a practice piece for me for my garden. So I'll get this finished up, and as soon as I possibly can, I will get you a video of this outside. I want to see how long it lasts, how well it weathers, all those sort of things. So this is my test piece, and I think it's beautiful. I'm really, really loving this. So pretty. I love my doggies. Love my doggies. Right, so now we've got another one hiding under here. And oops, I just realised I've still got to turn down. Turn that off. I've actually kept this on a heat pad while it's drying, because it dries better and no bubbles. And it's the same resin as I've used for the others, but I've only got one heat pad, so might have to invest in a couple more heat pads, I think. Right, so let's take this out. I've made a few of these. I have put a few photos of these up. I've got a copper and orange one, copper with flowers and orange background for my mother-in-law, and I've done this one for my mum with the gold and the yellow base because she likes her yellow. Yellow's her favourite colour. You see the flowers and the gold leaf going all around. Excuse me, sniff it. My nose is running because I got the door open. And it's come out really well. There's no bubbles. A couple of little tiny ones. There's one there. Just noticed. No bubbles in there. Nothing on the back. Just needs a bit at the edging tidying up. But isn't that pretty? I'll get some photos in the sun. I might catch one little corner of sun in my back garden in a minute. But I absolutely love that. It's so pretty. So pretty. I'll put a photograph in there of the grandkids. But what, like I say, one for my mum, one for my mother-in-law. It's just giving me something to do at the moment. And now the last thing is a bit of a giggle. It's something I've been playing around with for me. And I've seen this done, and it's a 3D art piece. That's what it's meant to be. So what I'm doing, before I show you it completely, I'll just move these out the way a sec. Ooh. I've just got to take off some backing tape. Now this is the sticky black plastic I've got on the back of here, if I can get it all off. Don't know if I can. Now what it's meant to be is a 3D picture, 3D style picture. There's lots of layers of resin and lots of layers of painting gone on here. Now I'm not an artist, not under any circumstances am I an artist. I've never proclaimed to be, but I thought if I'll try and do a galaxy picture, because I like galaxies, and I thought it was quite a good thing with depth to practice with. What I haven't actually put on here is glitter. I'm just looking at my pyramid there, and it's got some beautiful glitter top. I should put some glitter in this, which I haven't done. Oh, that's a bit strange. A lump of paint or something there. Do something about that, not sure what, I'll do something about that. Oh, this is difficult. Right, I'm just going to pause you and I shall come back, finish it off. Alright, so I've managed to get all the backing off. And this is the picture. So I've added a few gemstones to it. But you can see through it. You can't see my hand through it. I've actually turned you around so we can get a better light through this. It's reflecting beautifully. You can see my kitchen windows, so the kitchen windows. And so it's just plain on the back. But I've tried to sort of, didn't want a solid background. This piece in the middle, all these different colours coming through here, which I don't know if you can quite get the effect of it. Bring it down out of the light bit. And then, see, there's lots of layers. There's about 6 layers of resin actually gone into this picture. I'm going to do like a tree, foresty type of thing going on as my next attempt. This is my attempt and my interpretation, shall we say, of a galaxy. And as art's in the eye of the beholder, I actually quite like this. I might paint the tops. I haven't actually done the edges of this because I had tape all over it. So I'll paint those and I shall put this up on my side. But for my first attempt at art, full stop really, that's not just thrown it all on, I am quite chuffed with this. And I say it's got different layers, everything's sort of 3D layer effect when you see it up properly, which I can't really do on here. It's quite difficult. Might just catch the idea of it. The different layers. So we'll see how we get on with my tree effect one. So that's my unveiling, what I've been up to for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Thanks all for having a nose. Take care, guys. See me again. Forgot something. Right, my next project, which hopefully I'm going to be doing tomorrow, is going to be involving these as moulds. And it's not resin. And I've never done it before, so it should be quite interesting. Oops, stuck together. So these are all my moulds. Drop in some guesses underneath, see if you can figure out what I'm going to put in these. It is going inside them, but it's not going to be a solid. I'm hoping to make vases out of it. But what material do you think I'm going to use? Let me know below. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.